Hey, 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 surprise. It is Monday and it is Mindset Monday. This is Linda G. Robert, your Back in the Groove Again coach, streaming on two platforms. One, Back in the Groove YouTube channel, and two, my famous group or our famous community for women who want to get back in their groove. Welcome, oh, welcome, oh, welcome. It's really good to see you today. I've decided that the G is for groovy. Linda, groovy Linda. Hi, Superior 7. How are you today? How are you doing today? It's nice for you to join us. Hello. And who is watching us from the Women Who Want to Get Back in Their Groove site? So today we are talking about, of course, we're talking about mindset, but we're talking about meaning, how to find more meaning, how to create a life with more meaning in our life. So if you are watching this on replay, please do write hashtag replay. And if you are not, if you're watching it live with me, then write your comments down. Great. It's good to hear. I'm really glad that you're doing okay. So the first reason I want to talk about how we bring meaning to our life is because, during the pandemic, it's so easy to think that life has no meaning anymore. It's so easy to get into this blah way of doing things. And we think that nothing seems to be that important anymore because everything is routine. So I'm here to tell you that there is a way to bring more meaning in our life, especially now during the pandemic. And one of the ways to do that is to, first of all, you have to define what meaningful work is, what meaningful activities are to you. You don't want to start doing things just to do them. You want to define what meaningful means to you. Everybody has a different definition of meaningful. So, when you work for a company or whether you work for yourself or whether you're retired, you can have more meaning. You can bring more meaning into your life. You could share your energy and share your meaningful activities, with other people. So how do we bring more meaning in our life? Well, one of the ways of bringing more meaning into our life is by starting to do things that you love. So what do I mean by that? Well, why would you do something you don't love? Why would you do something that you dislike? Well, more than likely, we do that because we've gotten into the routine of doing things and we don't see the meaning behind those things anymore. So you want to start looking at that particular thing that you're doing and find the meaning, find the why you're still doing what you're doing. So you want to do things that you love. Maybe you love cooking, so you want to do more of that. Maybe you love spending time with your friends, with your grandkids. So you want to start doing more of that. Maybe you love walking, so you want to do more of that. Start doing more of what you love. Start doing more of what you love and start sharing what you love with other people as well, right? So I know that you might be, watching me. I'm wondering, what do you love doing? What do you love doing? I know there's somebody watching on Women Who Want to Get Back in Their Groove. What do you love doing? And how do you know you love it? I'll give you an example. Last week, I got an email from a company who wants me to do a team builder activity for their team. And when I got the email and I started reading the email, I got excited right away. It's as crazy as it sounds, but I got excited right away. I got excited because what they were asking me to do is something I've never done before. They want me to incorporate um, doing a team building, but also going outdoors. Oh, and I see Superior 7 here says, for me, it's whatever makes me happy, like walking and cooking. Yeah, You want to start doing more things you love. And how do you know? And I'll ask you, Superior 7, how do you know that you love cooking? How do you know that you love walking? Well, there's a certain feeling about it. There's a certain feeling that you get when you are walking. Just like when I got that email and, and I got the request, to do a team building activity, I got excited. I could feel it in my body that I was excited. That's how I know that doing that activity will bring me meaning, that I am doing some meaningful work. So do you get excited? Do you get a little feeling inside you that says, oh, yes, I love this. I love this. Or maybe it's a new recipe, right? Because if you cook the same mac and cheese every day, you might not get that little excitement feeling, right? That little buzz. But if you made a different type of mac and cheese, I'm sure that you would get excited. So it's about doing things you love. That's the first tip that I'm here to suggest to you is doing things that you love. Yes, there is. That's right. There is some joyful feeling. Exactly. And it's to recognize, you know what? I'm feeling this joy right now. That's great, right? When you notice that you're feeling that joy right now, that means, okay, I'm doing something I love, and you want to do more of those types of activities because you want to be able to feel that energy, to feel that real great energy. So that's the one thing. Start doing more of what you love. The second suggestion is to start helping people and not expect anything in return. I think that's the that's the key word here. Not expect anything in return. So how do you help people now? How do you help people? I'm asking you, whoever's watching me now, we've got a few people watching on the great group, women who want to get back in the groove. How do you help people now? So can you please add in the chat box how you help people now? And it doesn't have to be um, huge things. Obviously, right now we might be limited in how we can help people. So you think of others, okay? How do you show others that you think of them? How do you show others that you think of them? I have to tell you that lately I've been getting cards. I shared with you last week, last Monday, that it was my birthday. So I got a birthday card mailed in the mail. That was amazing. That was crazy. Okay. So you use certain products. I love that. You use products that make you feel better. Yeah, that's a great way of bringing meaning. So you create meaning by using products that make you feel better. I think that's a great way of bringing more meaning into your life. By I know, okay, all right. You're right. I will not try to expect something back. But you know what, Superior 7, sometimes people do things thinking that they will get repaid in one way or the other. Now, some people do think that. And when they don't get it back, either it's now or later, they wonder, why do I even bother? That the idea is to do things without any expectations at all. Just doing it from the goodness of their heart. So I like this. Make them feel better. Okay, so I'm wondering if the products also make them feel better or if you say things to make them feel better. So can you clarify that just a little bit for me? Because oftentimes we might use products that make us feel better, and those products also help them feel better. But also sometimes we may say things to make people feel better, and that's one way of helping somebody. On the I think it was yesterday I added just a posting on my personal profile. It was, why are compliments good? What are the benefits of compliments? And some of the things that people said was compliments help people to feel better. That's right. And so if we know that, we can help people feel better, that is bringing meaning to our life. I love this. So you can see the results in them, and you're able to being able to do things they never could do before. That's huge. Of course, and when you see the results, when you see these results, when you see the results and you hear the results, you know that you're on the right track, right? I'm assuming that obviously if obviously if the products that you were sharing, um, I love this. Thank you. Like bend, like do simple things, like tying their shoes and going up and down the stairs. That's amazing. And I'm trying to imagine who this is now. I think I know who it is. I don't want to say it though. Get out of bed and not have any aches and pains like before. So when you know that you are being helpful to somebody, number one, it brings more meaning to your life because you're doing work that you love, you're sharing products that you love, and you know that the products are being helpful. So, that's all part of having more meaning in your life. So being helpful, I knew that. I had a feeling, but I had a feeling, Vonda, but I didn't want to put it out there just in case it wasn't. But I had a feeling it was you. I'm so glad that you're talking about this and that you seem to have discovered something that not only can bring more meaning to other people's lives, because obviously if they can get out of bed and not have aches and pains anymore, that's going to bring more meaning into their life. They'll be able to do more meaningful activities now, but also the fact that you know that this is being helpful to other people, it brings more meaning to your life as well too. I'm sure it really warms your heart as well. So that's also being helpful, right? You are being helpful by sharing products that you believe in and that you know will make a difference in somebody's life. So you're doing things that you love and you're helping people without any expectations. Hey, let's just see what happens. A few other little things that help too is, this is really simple stuff, but it's being kind to people. It's picking up things for people. It's saying hi to people on the streets. It's smiling to people. Now, these are really simple ways of bringing more meaning to our lives, but also of bringing meaning to other people's lives as well. Now, one more thing that I'm going to share. Actually, I've got two more tips that I'm going to share with you. The next one is to start using your talents and your special gifts and start sharing these talents and special gifts with people. So, and I know that a lot of you out there are already doing that. So I'm curious, I'm really curious, how do you share your talents or your special gifts with other people? How do you do that now? I'll give you an example. I might have shared this before. I love I love dancing. I love dancing. And when I worked for the agency that I worked with before, I took a risk. Now I took a risk, but at 4 o'clock on Fridays, I put the music on and the intercom on so that people in my building would hear the music, and then I would get out of my office and I would dance, and I would tell everybody, "Come on, let's dance." All the clients were gone. They were all gone out of their office. All the clients were gone at home already. But this was something that I love dancing. I love it energizes me. So you want to use your natural talents because using your natural talents can also energize you. And when you share that natural talent, when you share that gift with others. So, what are some of your gifts, Fonda? I'm not sure if you're still watching right now. What are some of your gifts? What are some of your natural talents? Things that you really, it almost comes like you don't even have to think about it anymore. You just kind of do it. What are some of those things? Like I know you did some painting on the weekend. Do you love painting? Do you love doing crafts? Are you naturally talented with certain crafts? What is it that is natural to you? Yeah, being creative. So can you give us an example of Painting. All right, painting. So what kind of things do you paint? I know you painted your, if this is still fun, I know you painted your office, but what kind of things do you paint? Crafts, yes. And so when you paint, when you when you create crafts, how does that bring meaning to you, or how does that bring meaning to other people? When we use our natural abilities, our natural talents and abilities, people will know that it's easy for us because it just comes so natural to us, right? They'll say, "You are so good at that." And we're thinking, well, I don't even have to work at it because it's so easy. Okay, so watercolors. Watercolors is what you use. Now, is this something that came natural to you when you were a kid? Like, did you always have that talent? Or is this something you nurtured over time and you discovered that, you know what, I'm really good at this and I really enjoy it and I'm actually feeling like I could actually share some of this? Right, I love that. Share my ideas, give them new things to do. Absolutely. And I think when we are naturally talented and creative and come up with all sorts of different ideas, that brings value to other people. And sometimes it, I just love that. You love to color. When you say color, do you mean with coloring pencils, crayons, or chalks, or so when you add colors to your life, whether it's through painting or whether it's through crafts, do the colors you choose now, do the colors you choose have meaning to you? Yes. Do the colors that you choose have meanings to you? You know, when I wear a certain color, I don't know what it is, but it feels that it energizes me. When I wear a certain color, it energizes me. And so when I choose that color to wear, and I think about my upcoming activity using that particular color, it seems to be make me feel more connected to the idea. So using a certain color, yes, that's right. You might have a favorite color, you might feel that color. And of course, by using that color or by wearing that color, you could feel the energy of that color. It's so weird how it works. And that helps to bring more meaning into our life because it's doing things that we love. It's wearing things that we love. It's wearing things that brings us energy. Oh, perfect. I'm so glad that, that you can connect to certain colors. Okay, one more thing that I'm going to share is the doing something different once in a while. Doing something different once in a while. Now, yes, I love that. And I'm going to share this before I go on to my last tip. Makes you feel happy, which makes others feel better around you. Right. And when you are happy and when other people are happy, it connects you, right? It brings that connection. When you laugh with people, you feel connected. So when people around you are happy and you are happy, there's that synergy that's being built, and that creates meaning. That creates might even create a meaningful moment as well. So we want to savor those meaningful moments. Uh, and that brings me to, that last tip is to do something different. Do something different. Do something that you're not used to doing. Now, I shared on a live on Friday, actually, that I went snowshoeing on Friday. Now, I don't normally go snowshoeing on Friday. Usually during the weekdays, I stay at home. I mean, I'll go for a walk around my neighborhood, but I won't drive, for half an hour to find a location to hike or to snowshoe. So by doing something that's out of your ordinary, and I'm going to suggest that Like in the morning, you do set an intention to do something different today, to do something different. Now, on Mondays, I've been doing Mindset Mondays. But you know what? I don't normally plan my, my topics ahead of time. I don't plan my topics ahead of time. So, and I don't always talk about the same thing all the time. So that brings my energy level to a different level as well. It creates more meaning around what I'm sharing because it is different. And I do plan on doing something different today as well. I'm going to be walking, but I'm going to be walking in a different neighborhood. So, we might not be able to go to many different places now. I don't know what it's like where you live, Vonda, if you're still watching right now. I'm not sure what it's like where you live. But, in the province of Ontario, we're limited. There are certain things that we can't do. So that means I have to be more creative. I have to bring different things into my life, and I might cook something different too. I might start my morning with a different routine. I might decide to meditate in the morning instead of meditating later on in the afternoon. So you want to change up that routine a little bit more as well to bring more meaning into your life. So you want to start doing things that are different than what you normally do. Let's face it, it's easy to fall. Okay, so you can go anywhere. So I'm going to walk outside more. Yeah, get that fresh air. And if I think that fresh air is so important for self-care. I know we're not focusing on self-care right now, but that fresh air is so, so important. And that was basically when I shared that I got the email from that company who wants me to develop that team builder. It's because all the staff have been working indoors. And of course, if we're indoors, we have a tendency to, use that um, to follow into that very similar routine day after day after day. And it's like Groundhog Day all over again. So getting outside to do some activities is what we need to do more of and changing those activities. And I like here, you see more meatless meals. Okay. So can you give me an idea of what a recent recipe is? A different recipe, something that you've never tried before. I saw recently, and I'm going to see if I could share this just a second. I haven't done this yet, but I am going to be doing this. Where is it? I'm trying to find a picture of something that was sent to me. I'm trying to find it. Sorry about that, guys. There. This. This is the picture. Okay, so this is the picture of a recipe that's different. I mean, I eat zucchini, lasagna with vegetables. Yes. Have you ever made like a lasagna eggplant? With eggplant instead of with pasta? It's different, got to admit it, but it's um, it's using vegetables instead of the pasta, and of course you can incorporate all sorts of different types of vegetables. Now this here is called it is called the zucchini pizza bites. It is using meatless, but it's also a different recipe. Yeah, this recipe was actually shared on Facebook. Then I checked it out and I went, oh, that sounds easy to do. It's different. So you don't want to be using the same old recipes all the time, right? So do something different to change your routine. That's how you're going to bring more meaning into your life. So, what's a spiral tool? Is that what you use for your zucchini? Is that what that is? Use my spiral tool more with the vegetables. Because I've got one of those, I think it's called a spiral tool. that you can use mostly with zucchini. So of course, when we change things up, we feel better. Absolutely. And this is part of, how to create more meaning in our life. It's changing things up. Now, I mean, there's nothing wrong with having a routine at all. I think it's important to have some predictability in our life, but it's when it's too bloody predictable that it's freaking boring as heck, excuse the language, and that we lose our groove, right? I mean, for the women who want to get back in their groove, this is one way to get your groove back is you find that meaning. You change things up. You don't want to change things up like all the time. But when you feel that, I'm kind of losing a little bit of my drive, I'm losing a little bit of my motivation, and but you're not at the point where you've lost it, but you're feeling that you're losing it. Time to change it up. Time to do something different. Put some freaking music on and, you know, put some music on and move your body. That's how you're going to create more energy. That's how you're going to create more meaning in your life is by moving your body a little bit more. So here, I'm just sharing here. So your spiral tool, yes, I've used it for zucchini, carrots and turnip too. Mine is so small that I don't think we're talking about this exact same thing because mine is a little green object. I wonder if I can find that online here. Green object. I'm trying to find it. This is kind of using up time here to um, to use for zucchinis. Mine is just a little green object with a blade in it. No, I was trying to find a picture of it and I'm not able to find it. And I don't think I'm just still trying to find a picture for it. Okay. All right. Here. I'm going to share my screen with you. Yeah, that's right. I just found them. So let me share my screen with ya. Uno momento. There. So I have this little green one here. Oh, I guess you can use it for carrots. All right. I guess you can use it for carrots. I only used it for I only used it for zucchinis. So yeah, I mean the whole point is that you want to shake things up, you want to change things around a little bit. We're talking about, Mindset Monday, and it's all about bringing more meaning into your life, right? That's what it's all about. So I shared I think it was 5 tips. Number one was to start doing more of what you love doing. You'll notice that when you do what you love, there's a certain energy around it and it feels really good. That helps you get back into your groove. Number two was to start helping people and, of course, not expect anything. Number three was to start using your talents, your special gifts, and share these with people. And of course, number four was about doing something different once in a while. And any kind of vegetable, yeah, I now know that you can actually use that for any kind of vegetable. That's great. Thank you for sharing that, Vonda. I appreciate that. So just before we end the call, I'm going to be doing things. I'm going to be offering different things in February. Just FYI. So February 9th, I've got a webinar coming up at 9:30 in the morning. And it is on identifying your genius, identifying your talents so that you can actually start doing things that you love more. So every month I'm going to be offering a webinar in English. This one's in English. The next month is going to be in French because, Je parle français, puis je veux offrir des choses en français aussi. Vanda, est-ce que tu parles le français? Do you speak French, Vanda? I don't think so, but I'm just asking. So I'm going to be doing a webinar a month with a minimal fee and a mini retreat every month. So the webinar in February is going to be in English on identifying your inner talents, your genius, and the mini retreat will be in French. The next month, the webinar will be in French and the mini retreat will be in English. So with a very, very small fee. All right. I didn't think you spoke French, but I wasn't sure. In Ontario, there's a lot of French people. We know that Canada is recognized as a bilingual country, but in Ontario, there's a lot of there's a lot of French people, a lot of pockets of French communities here and there. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Thank you. I really appreciate you being online. And thanks again for being a member of the Women Who Want to Get Back in the Groove. Because I know you've been grooving it. I really do know that. I look at your videos. I love it. I look at your videos and I look at your photos and you're grooving it, man. You are grooving it. Bye. See you later. Bye now.